So in Dashakam 9, Dashakam 8, if all of you clearly remember, we saw how Brahma did tapas and how he started. He got the blessings, he got the knowledge from the Lord that how the world has to be created. Now Dashakam 9, in detail it has been mentioned how the world is created. So Brahmanaha tapaha bhuvana nirmitihi cha. Bhuvanam meaning earth. So how the earth was created. Nirmitihi nirmanam, creation of the earth. So further Brahma, what he did is, once he came out of the navel of Lord Vishnu, he sat, it seems, and he had 4 heads. Initially there is a story, as per Puranic references, Brahma had 5 heads, it seems. And then the 5th head of Brahma was so bright that people could not bear to see even the face of Brahma. Like the sun, you can take for example. Just as we cannot see the sun directly with our naked eyes, similarly the 5th head of Brahma was very difficult to look at. That's the reason there is a story that Shiva came and he cut off the 5th head of Brahma, and that's when he goes to a temple in Tamil Nadu wherein he had the sin of killing. It was not actually killing, basically cutting off the 5th head of Brahma because it was very bright. So for the welfare of the world, though he ended up doing that, still he had got the sin of cutting off one head of Brahma, and that's the reason he goes to a particular temple in Tamil Nadu, which is a very famous Shiva temple today, and there he goes away, he does a lot of ablutions and so on, he is freed from his sin. So that's how the 5th head of Brahma was cut off. This is another reference. Here what we get to see is Brahma, he had got 4 heads, and all those 4 heads of Brahma represent the 4 Vedas. And thus, using his 4 heads, he looked at all the directions that were there, and 4 faces and 8 beautiful eyes, it seems. So that is Chaturvadanata, Chaturvadanam. Now Vadanam has got 2 meanings in Sanskrit. Vadanam is commonly used for for face, but in some references it is also used for mouth. So Chaturvadanam meaning having 4 faces, and Chaturvadanatamaga vikasat ashta drishtyam bhujam. Drishtyam meaning drishti, eyes. So Ashta, 4 faces, 8 beautiful eyes. Using that he looked at all the 4 directions, thinking that how the process of creation should start. Further, he felt that he was all alone. Now there was no one else. He was all alone sitting on top of the lotus. So only if he starts the process of creation, other beings and other people and other living creatures will be there. And he felt very helpless, it seems. Now why this verse has been told, wherein Nissahaya Hissaham, if you see next verse number 2, Dashakam 9. Ka esha kamalodare mahate nissahayo hyaham. So this verse very clearly represents that how much ever we say I am independent, this, that, I can live all alone, still we need things, people around, right? So if you are all alone in a place, automatically we feel afraid. So that's the same thing which Brahma also feels. He feels very insecure here. It seems that he says nissahayo, meaning helpless. So I'm feeling very helpless, having just water all around me, there is no one else. So he felt very, very helpless. Further, he decided that there must be some source of creation. What is this source? So he again uses his yogic powers and so on. He sits on top of the lotus, he meditates, and he could not see any form. So basically now something has to start from somewhere. Say for example the process of creation, or we ourselves, we are the source, right? From where have you got this? So I'll tell you, no, this has been mentioned in the Ramayana. From where did you get this? No, it came in the news today. We ask for references, some source, right? So Brahma also kept on thinking there should be some source for all this creation. Tomorrow people will ask, okay, this wind has come, oceans have come, mountains have come, people have come, animals, birds and so on. What is the source of all this? Brahma, we all say Brahma is a creator, but there is someone even above Brahma, you can say at the same level. So therefore Brahma here sits and he keeps thinking there should be some source of creation. What is that? Let me keep thinking about that. That's when ultimately he gets to know that Vishnu is the source of everything. So for that he keeps praying on the Lord. Further he says that for about Shatena Parivatsarair, verse number 5, for about 100 divine years. Human years is different, divine years is different. So 1 human year is 1 day for Brahma. So Brahma, it seems that for 100 divine years he went into Samadhi, and at that time he came to know the knowledge of reality, the ultimate source of everything, and finally he then saw a form which humans cannot see easily. It seems he saw a form who was sitting on top of Adishesha, that is none but Lord Vishnu himself, and finally he was very happy and contented. Then he describes that form. Kirita Mukutollasat. He saw a form with a beautiful crown over his head, like a blue lily, it seems. Blue lily flower. And then Kalaya Kusuma Prabham. Kalaya is Kalaya, verse number 6, Dashakam 9. Kalaya is a blue lily. Kalaya is the name of a flower which ultimately means blue lily. So it seems like that. That was a complexion of Lord Vishnu, that color, blue lily color. Then the Kaustuba gem with the waistband, other ornaments and so on, a very beautiful enchanting form. Further he says, he prays out to the Lord. Bhattatri prays out to the Lord. Bhattatri says that this was how Brahma prayed to the Lord. So when he ultimately got the darshana of Lord Vishnu, he prays. Now this how you can compare is, the only difference is, today we cannot see the physical form of God in front of us. You go to temples, you do puja in your own puja rooms, we pray to the Lord, right? Why you are learning the Sahasranama, why you are chanting, learning the Narayaneeyam, it is to pray to the Lord. So maybe you have an image of the Lord in front of you and you pray. So what we do, stotram, stutim karoti iti stotraha, or stutihi, meaning we talk about the praises of the Lord. So ultimately Sahasranama or anything, whatever we chant or you sing songs, we listen to stories, what is that? It describes the Lord. So mainly the form of the Lord, the powers of the Lord and so on. So we are also doing the same thing. Same thing Brahma also does when he imagines, when he could see the form of the Lord in front of him. Only difference is today we cannot see the form with we cannot see the Lord in physical form with our naked eyes. We have to just imagine. Maybe in temples or idols, whatever it is. That is the only difference. But whenever we see Lord, we perceive and we pray. So it's the same thing Brahma also does. And further, Bhattatri, he describes that in verse 7, how Brahma prays to the Lord. So he says, Shrutif Prakara Darshita Prachura Vaibhava Shripate, O Lord of Shri, that is, O Lord of Goddess Mahalakshmi. In various Vedic texts and so on, it has been mentioned, your glories have been mentioned. I am also praying to you that let all my sorrows, let all my worries be worshipped. You have revealed this form to me. Now slowly I should start this process of creation. You please show me your karuna, you be merciful to me. So all this Brahma is praying to Lord Vishnu after seeing his form, and Bhattatri is describing it. Further he says that, further it seems that the Lord replies that you will be blessed with the capacity and the capability to create all the three worlds, Patala, earth and heaven, and may your devotion and the penance, whatever you have shown, that will be fulfilled. I am blessing you. This were the words which the Lord said, and further he says you keep on doing more penance, you keep doing more tapasya, and ultimately all your wishes will be fulfilled. So here this is a sign that in verse number 8 and 9, what has been told is, if we pray to the Lord with full faith, if we surrender, surely the Lord comes and blesses. That is the significance here. Finally what happens is, again Brahma did tapasya, shatam krita tapastata. Verse number 9, it seems that Brahma again did tapasya for another 100 divine years, and ultimately he attained all the powers, spiritual, mental powers, to start the process of creation. He again sat on the lotus, and now this time when he sat on the lotus, initially if you remember in verse 1, when he was sitting on the lotus, he was confused, seeing water on all four sides. Now his confusion slowly started reducing, and it seems that with the powers and everything that he had attained, he drank the wind and waters, it seems. Now this is a poetic comparison. What it ultimately means is, he started reducing water that was there everywhere, and he started the process of creation. Finally, last words, Bhattatri, he concludes that Brahma, by your grace, he created these three worlds, and like that, natural elements, human beings, animals and so on, different species he started creating. So, O Lord of Guruvayur, you came in front of Brahma, you blessed him after he is doing tapasya. I also, in the form of Narayaneeyam only, this is my tapasya. I have composed about 9 Dashakams till date. Bhattatri did not have an aim of composing 100 or so. He just every day, whatever is coming to his mind, he is just writing that. He says, just as you showed karuna, similarly you show your compassion towards me. You please cast your glance on me. Just as Brahma showed devotion, you came and blessed him. Similarly, I am also showing bhakti. You please come and bless me, so that I will be protected, all my worries will go away, all my diseases will also be, I'll be freed from all kinds of diseases, I can lead a normal life again. So this was a prayer of Lord Brahma, this was a prayer of Bhattatri, with which he concludes Dashakam 9. Next is Dashakam 10, it's like a continuation. So Dashakam 9, could everyone follow? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Dashakam 10, Srishti Bheda. Now, Brahma started the process of creation, what he does. There are different segments, right? Now, when a world has to be created, it cannot be only water, only animals, or only human beings. Even if we say only human beings, now if you think very, very deeply, you will know that, okay, human beings, someone has to create, every human being is different, right? Now, all if we are about 40-45 people, all of us will look different. The way we speak is different. The way you can say our physical aspects are different, mental capacities are different, everything is different. So, there is so much of diversity. Even if you see a dog, we say a dog, all dogs are different, right? Though maybe their color might be same, there might not be much variation in animals, but still maybe a brown dog, black dog, white dog, whatever, 2-3 colors are there, but still each dog looks different. So you see there is so much of diversity. It's not that it was not an easy job for Brahma to create the world. Okay, only animals have to be created. Dogs, all the dogs will look the same. Human beings, all human beings will look same. It was not like that. Or even trees for that matter. Each and every tree you see, every tree looks different. So there is so much of efforts that has been put in, and all this has happened thousands and thousands of years back. Till date we have seen the diversity. So when you look around the world today, why I am telling you this is, when we have many things to complain, we can surely see some very good positive things also. And what are those positive and beautiful things is, to go and see the world around, there is so much of beauty, right? When we can pick up each and everything, the negativity that is there, why not pick up the good things also that are there, which you can see and you can just be surprised. There is so much of diversity that is there. Maybe one life is less to experience all that, but most of us, what we do is we while away our time, maybe complaining. Of course, our own worries and things are there, but still, if you look at the good things of life, things seem to be good. So the same thing here. Also, through this Dashakam Srishti Bhedaha, Bhattatri tries to talk about the variations that are there around in this world. Brahma's work does not get over. He says, okay, create the world, it doesn't end there. What he does in detail, that is true. Vaikuntha Vardita Balota. Finally, Bhattatri says that, O Lord of Vaikuntha, Brahma finally started the process of creation with your powers. He created lot of varieties of beings. Now, what were that? Those things that grow on earth. Grow on earth is plants. And those who are non-moving, like trees and so on, that is static things, as well as moving things like animals, birds. So basically, Asrijat, Jiva Dehan, that is those having bodies. Then Sthanuni, if you see verse number 1, verse 1, Dashakam 10, Sthastuni Bhuruhamayani, Sthanuhi or Sthastuni, meaning that is non-moving. Sthanam, that is in one place, they will always be standing. That is nothing but trees. And then Bhuruhamanani, Bhuhu, that which grow on the earth, so small trees, saplings and so on, through sand and mud, whatever grows, and through soil. And Tataha Tirashcham Jatim, Tiraha meaning animals and birds. Jatim, the category of animals and birds, that also created. Manushya Nivahan Api, Manushya Nivaha meaning human beings. So this is how Brahma started creating, and then all these creations were given a body. Animals, birds, human beings and so on. Though it is temporary, all of them were blessed with a body. Further, now only physical body of living beings is created. That is not enough. Then he created the fivefold effects of ignorance itself. Mithya graha. Mithya is nothing but false. Mithya meaning lies or speaking false of things. So what is that? He created egoism, ahankara, attachment, anger, fear and so on. It seems that he created these negative qualities, and then again he went into meditation so that he can purify himself. What is the significance of verse 2 is, even if you are not negative, even if you don't have ahankara, even if you don't have anger, still if you live around with those kind of people, we also get that negativity, right? Or maybe you on the news, you see the Israel war going on, right? We feel very sorry. You sit at your place, you feel sorry, maybe you feel like helping them. I'm just giving you an example. But maybe you see the news for some time, you feel very disturbed, right? How come this has happened? Maybe we imagine ourselves there, or someone from our own close circle there. If we imagine that, we can see the pain that is there. So similarly, when negative things, or maybe two people are fighting, you are not involved in the fight, but still if you see the fight, our whole day goes bad, right? So whenever we see some ahankara or negative aspects that are there, though we are not involved in that, that has an impact on us. This is a proof. It seems that Brahma also was impacted. Now here one question comes, if he had been impacted by all this, why did he even create these negative qualities? There was no need, right? But then, if life has to be balanced, then there should be, you can say, a proper blend of both good as well as bad. So, things are going to be there. All people are born with both good, that is positive, and bad, evil, negative qualities. It is on us as to how you behave. Now, very simple example, if I give you, sukha, if it comes, happiness comes, dukkha should also come. Because Brahma knew that human beings will always have this nature, how much ever you give them. Now, say 10 years back, you wish that you got a job, right? Now you got a job, finally you're not satisfied. Next you feel, no, I should get 5,000 rupees. I'm just giving you a small figure. 5,000 rupees should be my salary. You got that. It's not that your desire ended then. Next you feel, no, I should get now 50,000. 50 you got, now next I want this. So like this, desires keep piling up. Sukha or happiness or peace of mind, satisfaction does not end there. It keeps on piling up. When only if some kind of negativity, or you can say little bit of ego is there, okay, he has got that, looking at him, I should also get this. So little we put in efforts. So it's not that ahankara is always bad, but then little, just as we say stress, right? Stress is actually negative, but little bit of stress is always needed. Otherwise, everything is going very nicely, nobody will do work, right? You get everything easily, things don't happen that way. Therefore, little bit of negativity is also needed. Otherwise, people will stop valuing things. That's the reason there was a need of creating these negative elements also, but it is in our hands to see how the impact takes place. So Brahma then created these five effects that are there: egoism, that is ahankara, attachment, anger, fear, and ignorance, or you can say mithya, speaking false about people, or simply praising people, speaking you can say lies, and so on. Further then he created the four Sanat Kumaras, or his mind-born sons. Who are they? Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatana, and Sanat. These are the four Sanat Kumaras. And it seems that now why Brahma created these four was, he felt that they would help them in his process of creation, but ultimately they turned out to be sannyasis. They were not interested in all this creation. They surrendered to the feet of Lord Vishnu. They were showing worship there. They were moving about here and there. Narada Purana gives a reference that Sanat Kumaras are an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, just for your extra knowledge. Further, what he did is, now Brahma became very angry. I created four sons, but then they are not helping me in the process of creation. And it seems that he got angry. And in his anger, what happened is, between his eyebrows, something came out. What is that? That is called Mrida. Mrida is nothing but Mrida later came out to be Rudra. So that's the reason why Rudra has got the third eye. Third eye, if you see, Lord Shiva has got the third eye. That's there between the eyebrows. It seems that it came out through the eyebrows of Brahma, which represented a form of anger. That's the reason we say whenever Shiva gets angry, he opens his third eye. That is nothing but Mrida. And that is a place between the eyebrows. And that is a place which is always, you can say, very hot, or a powerhouse of energy. And this is why most of us, we apply some tilaka. Lady especially, or woman, you apply the kumkuma or whatever it is. You can apply anything, or even gents also, vibhuti, chandana, whatever we apply. This is the significance of applying tilaka in our culture, because it's not just a sign of, you can say, a tradition that we simply follow. The place that is there, the Agnya Chakra, it's called the Agnya Chakra. It's a powerhouse of energy. So to cool that place, always you apply some tilaka. And that's the reason why, if you even keep a finger there, you can actually don't touch the eyebrow, that is your forehead. You can just keep a finger between your two eyebrows and see, without touching the skin, without touching your body. You can, after some time, our head starts paining. So you can try for yourself if you want. So that is because the place, Agnya Chakra, is a storehouse of energy. So from there rose this concept of Mrida, because Brahma got very angry that his sons did not help him. Now here note that in this reference, that is in the Narayaneeyam, because it is a condensation or essence of Srimad Bhagavatam, obviously it is going to glorify Lord Vishnu. And those Puranas and scriptures that glorify Lord Vishnu, they might give a reference that from him Brahma came, and then from him Rudra came, Shiva came. But now Shiva Puranas, or those Puranas that glorify Shiva, they might talk about that no, from Shiva, Brahma and Vishnu have come. Or Brahma Puranas, those who glorify Lord Brahma, they will say from Brahma, Shiva and Vishnu have come. So like this, there can be differences. Now what should I believe? Why such things are there? Just as I always give you one example, it is just to glorify. Now, if Srimad Bhagavatam talks about Krishna or Vishnu is the hero here. So ultimately he is shown at the top level. Other two, it's not that they are shown down also, but then from him the next level gods have come. That is the only reason. You go to a program, you have a chief guest, right? Though you like him, you don't like him, that person is given a lot of importance. It is the same thing that is told here. Shiva Puranas will glorify Lord Shiva. Shiva Purana, like Vayu Purana, Linga Purana, and so on. You will say, no, Shiva is only the ultimate, and then you have Vishnu and Brahma below them. Brahma is only the creator, he is only the god, and then you have Vishnu and Shiva. So like this, there are references that are there. We should not feel that it is a discrimination. Why such things have been told is to make things easy for people. Now, if I tell no, all gods are equal, you can worship Brahma, you can worship Vishnu, you can worship Shiva, you can worship this, that. For a beginner, for a person who even does not know what is God, you go and tell him such things, that I don't want to worship anyone, I'm happy. I cannot even know the names of people. So many gods you told me, I don't know that, right? So to make things easy, Srimad Bhagavatam talks about Vishnu. Okay, maybe during Vishnu festivals or so, like Krishna Janmashtami and so on, I will read Srimad Bhagavatam. Things become easy when we tell people like this. When Navratri is approaching, you worship the goddess. That doesn't mean, so during those 10 days of Navratri, we are worshipping the goddess. Doesn't mean that we don't have devotion to other gods. But at that time, the goddess is shown. In fact, you see texts like Devi Mahatmya and so on, it talks that only the goddess is the first. And from the goddess, you have Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva and so who are born. Right? So like this, there are different references. As per the Narayaneeyam, you have Lord Vishnu who is shown at the topmost level, then you have Brahma and ultimately Lord Rudra. Okay, we'll just finish this Dashakam, then we'll stop. Next, verse number 5. Then finally Rudra was born. Rudra was given 11 names. That's how we celebrate the Rudra Ekadashi festival, the Rudra Namakam Chamakam that we chant. He was given 11 names, different forms, different abodes, different wives. Bhavasya Devasya Patne Namaha, Sharvasya Devasya Patne Namaha, and so on. Men, if you are participating in the Rudra Ekadashi or if you chant Rudram Namakam Chamakam, you know all these names. So like this, Rudra was given 11 forms, Bhava, Sharva, Divya, and so on. Like this, different names are given. He was given different forms, different abodes, different wives. So Lord Shiva was worshipped in different forms. Now Brahma, he asks Rudra. Now how this word Rudra came in, there are different references for this also. One popular story is, when a child was born, it seems to cry. Rudra, it means to cry. Rudra Roditi in Sanskrit, meaning to cry. That's how he gets the name Rudra. And then Brahma, he asked Lord Shiva, you help me in the creative process. But now, it seems that Rudra though helped him, it seems that Rudra's creation were always fierce. Because he was born out of Mrida. Mrida is the part between the eyebrows, so very fierce. So creation said to be very fierce. And it was actually burning the three worlds, it seems. It became very difficult for the three worlds. Everyone was frightened. Brahma himself was frightened of such creation and told Rudra that you please stop the process of creation. You need not create any more beings. I will take care. And he told that you do some penance for the benefit of the world. Shiva, as usual, we know, he is always busy in tapasya. He is meditating on the world. Further then, Brahma, he took the help of his 4 sons, the 4 Sanat Kumaras. He took the help of Rudra, nothing worked. Now finally he created more sons, it seems, from his own body. Marasaputras, the sages. Marichi, Atri, Angirasa. Verse number 8, you have the names of all these sages. Dharmadika, Nabhisrijan, Natakardamam cha, Kardama, and so on. Anga, and verse number 7, Angadaja, Yatabhruguscha, Vasishta, Dakshao. So he created Marichi, Atri, Angirasa, Kratumuni, Pulaha, Pulastya, Bhrigu, Vasishta, Daksha, and Narada. So all of them, they became Narada, one of the greatest devotees of Lord Vishnu. Further, Brahma created Dharmadeva, Lord of Dharma, sage Kardama, then Saraswati, who is said to be the wife of Brahma. Then it seems that from his own, like he felt that now all my desires are fulfilled from my own efforts. I have created whatever I had to do, that is done. Now let me create some beings who will take care of the creation further. So that's when he created man, and that's how man started the process of creation further. Then further, Brahma, he brought all the Vedas, all the Puranas, other branches of learning together from his 4 mounts. He taught him to all his sons, the various sages. That's how the process of learning starts in. So from the sages, all the knowledge has been passed down. Further, Brahma felt that now the process of creation, few sages I have created, knowledge I have passed on, but still for the world to survive, creation has to move about further. He did not know what to do. He again surrendered at the feet of the Lord. Finally, last verse, it seems that from his 2 sides, through the blessings of the Lord, he created a male and a female form. The male was called Manu, the first man. That's why we have Manushyas or Manavas, the lineage of human beings, and his wife was Shatarupa. And through them multiplied the human race. That's how Srishti Bhedaha, this Dashakam ends. So finally, Bhattatri says, Govindamaruta Puresha Nirundirogan. Through this story of Srishti Bheda, finally Brahma created human beings also. O Lord of Guruvayur, you please free me from all kinds of ailments. Okay, so with this, Dashakam 10 comes to an end.